What's going on, YouTube? I want to talk about these 9-inch bezel replacements, 9-inch screen bezel replacements you can get. I know there's a couple of videos out there. I think that there's 2 of them that are in English, a bunch in Spanish. But a lot of people, what they're saying, they're having a problem with the vents, the AC vents, because this bezel, it's comes from Japan or whatever, but what are they, the EK9 or the the European version, I guess, of the Civics is what these things are made for. So these vents are hard to get. So I'm gonna tell y'all which ones I used. I ended up taking these out of a 99 2000 Civic. Went to my junkyard and grabbed it. The 96 to 98s, which what this car is, this is a 97. For some reason, their vents are really wider, like taller and wider. So when you get this new vent, you have to cut like completely all the way around. But when I got the 99, I think it was that I got these out of, their vents fit perfectly height wise. It was just they were a little too long. So when you buy this bezel, it has this extra big centerpiece right here, which pretty much, this is the old vent. This piece right here is really wide. And like I said, it's because it's for an EK9 or one of those other foreign Civics. But what you're going to have to do on that new vent, what I did was cut it out. So I got my Dremel, and let's just say this thing was about this wide, right, from here to here. You just take it, you get your Dremel, cut the whole thing out, and then 99 to 2000 vents, literally, you might have to do a little grinding on the inside of them. Well, not grinding, but shaving on the inside of the vents. But they're going to be touching. Like, they fit perfect. And then what I did for this little piece is, that plastic piece, is the piece that I cut off on the new bezel. I just saved a piece of that plastic and glued it on here. So, if you're thinking about doing this, I recommend go and get air vents out of a 99 2000 Civic, because like I said, they fit darn perfectly. I know any other vents, or like the 96 to 98 vents you try to get, they won't be flush like this. Like if you watch the other videos, these vents are sunken in. Like there's a big gap all the way in between here because they don't fit. But like I said, I didn't get to record my process of doing this. It took me one full day because you have to relocate your climate control, and of course, you put that down here. So I also want to talk about that. The 2 videos that I did find of the dudes doing this, they each did it 2 different ways. One of them is better. One guy, what he did was, how do you say, I used this. Okay, look, here's my old cup holder. This is my old one. I had to get another one because this cup holder didn't close. But this tray right here, this one right here, take it off, take this out. So what I did is cut like this, probably from about right here all the way around and way down here, all the way around. And that climate control will fit perfectly in here. It's going to take a lot of, chiseling and dremeling out, to make it fit perfect. But it will fit. And look at the results. No gaps, no nothing. Like I said, the other guy that did it, he didn't use this. He didn't make that. He, on the side of these climate controls, it's got like tabs, like on each side, to where it mounts up to here. You see how it's supposed to mount up these locations right here? Well, those tabs that are on there, you need to cut them off, because if not, it won't clear this. They'll be sticking out right here. So you got to cut them off. So that is a whole lot better. I'll get you close in. No gaps, no nothing. Because when you try to do it the other way, whenever you leave them ears on, I know that the hose will line up to where you bolt this on, where you bolt the cup holder thing on. It will line up perfectly on that side, but this side it won't. Like, it'll be too short. So you either have to create a new bracket or extension or something to bolt it, or I think the guy said he just bolted one side, and after he bolted it to the cup holder and all that, it stayed still. But it since it's pushed out more, this wasn't like that. This was pushed way out here. You had a big gap here. Like, it just didn't look pleasing. Like a big hole right here. Like, it was gapped all the way around. It didn't look good. But when you do, like I said, trim this out, you know, all the way around, it comes out perfect. What else is there? I wish I would have recorded my process of doing this. Oh, the screen I used, I'll probably put a link in the description. It's only like $113 at my Amazon. That's what the other two guys bought, so I bought it. But before I put all that together, I ended up wrapping it with some vinyl, carbon fiber wrap, and talk about this screen. My advice, it's good. This is good for the price, but my advice is, if you're gonna get a 9-inch screen, go ahead and spend the $300-400 on a good one, because this one for the price is good. Let me turn it on for y'all. And turn this volume now. I got a system in here and I don't want it to be. It looks pretty good, right? You got all your features and functions as radio. Let me turn off this flash. So you can go home, apps. You know, you got whatever you want. Google. You got maps, YouTube. You know, it's pretty good for the price of it, but you can see it right now because I'm in the shade. I'm under my carport and ain't no light. But whenever you're driving or anything, you cannot see nothing on this screen. Like, you have to squint to see it. Because, I mean, I got my brightness all the way up on it. Everything. I mean, this thing is made for evening, nighttime, you know. But like I said, for $100, it's worth the price. It's just you can't really see the screen during the day. And my windows are tinted. Everything's good. Like I said, if you want a good quality one, I will go ahead and spend the money on an expensive Android one. But besides not being able to see it, the other issue I'm having is I have a system, like I said. When I hook it up to the stereo, my amp don't turn off. Like, even after I turn my car off, like, you can still hear my sub kind of, like, not bumping, but it's on still. And I think it takes like 5-10 minutes before it finally goes out. So what I did, I ended up taking my remote wire and hooked it up to my fuse box so it turns off on my key. But those two issues right there, what I'm having with this screen, 9-inch screen. But yeah, I'll probably end up buying me the good expensive Android stereo. And another thing, depending on which stereo you get, I don't know if you can tell in this video, it's not perfectly square. Like this, it comes in a little bit here. You see how it rounds off in? It's not straight down. Same thing over here. That's how this bezel's made. So if you do get a different screen, make sure it's one that's curved like this. Because if you get a straight boxed one, it's not going to fit. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I wish I would have recorded my process of doing it, but it's really not that hard. The hardest part was the two dremeling parts. You know, dremeling out that piece, you know, that cubby piece, and then cutting out your vent, the center vent thing right here to make your vents fit. And then all I did was put some Gorilla super glue on there. It's pretty much what you can see right here, that white stuff, whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and get some paint or something and paint that white, you know, to get that out the way. But overall, I think it looks a whole lot better than having this trashy looking thing up in there with the single den. Oh, one more thing, guys. On the back, if you're gonna do like I suggested and cut that out to make that climate control fit in there, you're not gonna need these brackets. I try to do it to save these brackets, but it just won't work. You're gonna have to take these metal brackets off, and you're not gonna use them. So it's just gonna be your cup holder and the climate control, and it will bolt right up like nothing. But that's it, guys. Let me know what y'all think. I think it looks a whole lot better and clean. But give it a try. I'll put the link in the description for where to get this bezel. And like I said, the screen, which I got off of Amazon for like $100. And the other good thing is too, these bezels are only like $26. They're pretty cheap. It took like 2 weeks to come in. You know, they're coming from China, but it's worth it in my opinion. You just got to take the time out to cut all that stuff out. And like I said, get the vents out of a 99 2000. For me, that worked good because they're the perfect width. They're just long. Like right now, you can't see because I glued that plastic piece in. But if I were to take that off, these two vents are touching. They're touching each other. And they still work. Everything's good. So I can go up and down, whatever. But that's it, guys.